Welcome back to Eager Live. Tonight I am joined with Ruben, Ked, and the queen of leg day herself, Eliz. Uh, Tonight we're going to be talking about dieting and, just like the basics of it and what we can do during this time of quarantine. So I think the most important thing is just like how do you, what do you guys do for dieting? Or just like what is dieting to you?
What is a diet?
What is a diet? I don't believe in diets. I don't do dieting personally.
See, I
Um,
believe in diets if I'm trying to lean out. So, like, currently, I am believing in diets. Ked sent me my macros because I've gained a lot of unnecessary fat during this quarantine. So, yes, I believe in diets if I'm trying to lean out, but in general, I don't. But at the same time, I eat pretty healthy. I actually eat really healthy.
Hmm.
But it's been my life for years.
But before we go into it more, can you guys just explain what macros and micros are for people that don't know what that really is?
I can explain macronutrients. That would be fats, carbs, and proteins. And someone else can explain micronutrients.
Micronutrients are probably like the small things like potassium, sodium, sugars. And you can't forget like other vitamins and minerals too. That's also important with dieting.
Hmm.
That's
So,
a diet.
damn. I don't know. Like for me, it's really hard to get my head wrapped around like what dieting is, cause I'm
You
like
don't follow a diet, right? Or do you?
He
kind of,
looks like he does.
kind of.
Yeah, you're pretty shredded.
I don't really do dieting. I only add cardio to my workouts. That's my form.
Oh, that's your formula.
Wow, that's really nice.
Yeah.
um, but I don't know. Like you guys have been in like competitions and stuff, so like I feel like, well, Eliz has probably been in a competition. We probably just don't know about it.
Powerlifting, maybe.
I know.
No, 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 no.
So can you guys do you guys know what like a dietary intake is, or just like can you? Yeah, first off, do you guys know what dietary intake is?
Is that just like calories? Yeah. Your
Calories
calorie
in,
intake? Yeah, calories in versus calories out.
calories out.
Yeah.
I think that like kind of plays a role in it. My understanding of dietary intake is just like the intakes of nutrients that you get in throughout a day are just like a set goal that you have of just like the amount of proteins, fats, vitamins, and minerals that you're supposed to get throughout the day for your for your dietary plan.
hmm I think that's just what, yeah, the macros that people use.
God, that terminology just kills me.
Yeah, so
Oh
there's
yeah.
calorie intake, and then there's like your macros, which is like part that makes up of that, and then there's all these other things.
Have have you guys like been the type to like keep track of your food intake?
I have before. Well, when I was doing the competition in the fall, um, I was keeping track through MyFitnessPal, and I just pretty much calculated my like calories that I needed to stay at the same weight, and then I would just subtract calories in order to lose weight. When I think of dieting, it's like super elementary, like calories in versus calories out. So if you want to gain weight, you have to eat more than the your maintenance calories. If you want to lose weight, you have to eat less. That's how I think of it. I don't really get into the super deep micronutrients and all that.
That's
And it's worked before.
how do you how would you calculate like how many calories that you like that's normal for you?
So I learned this through a YouTuber that I watched a long time ago who got me into like lifting. His name is Chris Jones. also known as Beast Mode Jones.
Physiques of greatness.
Yeah, physiques of greatness for the people who knew back then. But you pretty much multiply your weight um, times between 14 through 17, I think, or 16. It's based on your like activity level throughout the day, like based on your job. Let's say you work like a desk job, it would be like the lowest activity level, which is 14. Or if you work like construction, you would multiply your weight by 16, which would be the highest, and then that would be the total of calories you need every day to stay the same weight. That's how I calculate it, at least.
And your competition, that was bodybuilding, right?
Yeah, it was a physique competition.
Right. So do you think that like nutrition was like a big part in it, or was it more just like the amount of calories, or is it just one and the same?
I think it's the same. I mean, it has to do a lot with training too, which we're not really talking about today. But in terms of dieting, like mine could have definitely been better. I didn't do it the right way technically, but I still ended up losing like 50 pounds, which is something. But if I wanted to do it the right way, I would have lost weight a lot slower than I did. I kind of procrastinated and waited until I had like 8 to 12 weeks to lose a lot of weight, and so it was like
Yeah.
super unhealthy. I set my calories a lot lower than
You lose this
healthy.
thing in 8 weeks. Oh my god. I don't know. Like hearing that you lost like 50 pounds, I would think that's like a pretty good thing.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it was good. It was like the lightest I've been in a long time, but
But
like it was definitely unhealthy.
oh, it was unhealthy. Oh,
Yeah, it was
mine.
not a healthy way of doing it. Yeah.
Ruben, you've been in strength competitions, right? So it's just like,
Mhm.
um, how does your diet affect what you want to do for a strength competition?
So it's with strength competitions. Actually, physique doesn't matter at all here. You could be as shredded or as not shredded as you want, as long as you have the numbers. So honestly, in terms of when you're building strength, people don't care what they eat. Generally, they're on either a dirty bulk where they just don't care. Sometimes they're on a clean bulk, but yeah, physique does not really matter. So people don't really dial in a lot of their macros a lot of the time. You just eat a lot, and then the strength will come the more you lift, you know?
So with dirty bulk and clean bulk, it's just like with the clean bulk, you're more selective of what you want to eat, and it's just like that's it, or is what's the main difference between dirty and clean bulk?
I would say, yeah, that's the biggest thing, what you eat, and how much you eat. Still, how much you eat, because you don't want to eat, with a clean bulk, you want to eat clean foods or, that are good for you, but, like, you don't want to go overboard still. You want to make sure you're gaining weight at a good rate, that you're not gaining fat. Because if you're eating too much, you're still going to gain fat no matter how clean you're eating. I
Yeah.
think that's one thing people don't know.
I'm a strong believer in dirty bulking. Um, I think in bulking, the main goal is like gaining muscle mass so that when you can cut, you can just lose the fat and try to keep as much of the muscle that you gained. And so it technically is probably better to do a clean bulk because you're not gaining as much fat, so you don't have to lose as much when you're cutting. But dirty bulking is just more fun, so that's what I prefer. I went up to like
Uh,
215 pounds at my
God
most. It's pretty
damn.
disgusting. Yeah,
yeah,
it's
dirty
gross.
bulking's just nice because it's just easy.
You don't have to care. Elizabeth, do you clean? Like, do you dirty bulk? Do you clean bulk? Or just like, what's your style with it when you're trying to like
See,
push up the heavy weights and trying to get stronger with it?
um, I don't really necessarily bulk, but I actually just eat whatever I want to eat. But again, my diet's pretty clean in general. So it's not like, okay, I'm gonna avoid eating this, this, and this. I I just eat generally pretty well, so to me, there's not really like a bulk or like a cut unless I'm trying to look good in a bikini. That's it.
So you said that you like eat pretty clean. So it's just like, do you go to like brown rice instead of white rice, or just like, well, what is your diet?
Yeah. So it would be like brown rice instead of white rice. If I'm eating chicken, no skin. I don't often eat fast foods. I don't drink pop.
Hmm.
If I'm drinking coffee, I use Splenda. If my creamer is sugar free. So yeah, I'm a big fan of Splenda. Like if I'm eating oatmeal, there's no sugar in there. I get my sugar from the fruits. Um, and that's how I've always kind of been throughout this like fitness journey. So to me, it's not okay, I should do this versus this. It's just something I've always done. So I don't really bulk. I've gained weight before, so I've always been just 98 to 99 pounds, which to a lot of people is very, very low. But if you think about it, I'm like 4'10" and a half, and an average weight for a 4'10" and a half person, you should be under 100 pounds. So I mean, I've gained weight before, but that was like unintentional. I think it was like getting into a new relationship and eating out all the time, and you kind of just build that. You gain that weight from like a new relationship. But in general, no, there's no bulking for me. Yeah.
I think I'm on the same boat with you, just because like my metabolism is just super high, and
Same.
I don't know if anyone else
Mine's
has that. It's a struggle really, because you'll have like a bomb meal for like, you'll have a bomb dinner, 30 minutes to an hour later, I'll be hungry. But the uh it's muted, but hello?
What do you mean it's muted?
Oh, I couldn't hear Elizabeth for a second.
Oh, I think she
But
was just.
anyway, dieting for me has always been like like Elizabeth, your diet there just sounds like that doesn't even sound hard, but it sounds hard to me because I love soda. I love sugar.
Me too.
And
Candy.
dude, candy is my weakness. Some sour gummy worms, that's it. It's over. Candy just in general.
I'm quite the opposite actually, though. My metabolism is really bad, so I eat bad food and I'll just like get fat really fast. It's yeah, it's bad. I hate it.
I can't relate. I'm sorry.
I just have
But
to try a little
I don't know,
harder when
like,
I'm losing weight.
I think I definitely do see a difference when I'm gonna go lift, and I've noticed it like this year, because like before I would live in an apartment, I would just basically eat whatever and just go to the gym, as opposed to now where like I'll get a home cooked meal and I'll go to the gym, and I noticed a difference. I don't feel as sluggish. I don't know if you guys can relate too, where it's just like if you eat like some fast food place and then go to the gym, you feel more tired, and then you just feel like, God,
Yeah.
I gotta sit down for a
Yeah,
second.
I felt that.
It's like it's still in your stomach and you don't feel comfortable moving.
I remember one time I was supposed to do I was supposed to deadlift, and then I ate Popeye's spicy chicken sandwich right beforehand, and then I was supposed to do like 405 for sets, right? And then I could barely do like 3 plates because my body was just so weak from digesting that spicy chicken sandwich that I'm just like, I feel so out of it. So
Oh,
it's a difference.
no. So yeah, I like that's an example of just like how big of a part of like nutrition does like
Mhm.
does play into doing
Yeah.
it.
Mhm.
Like I've noticed it too, so it's just like, man, like part of me wants to hit the like bigger numbers and feel good about it, but like the other part of me is just like, I just want to eat. That's why I
Yeah.
go to work out. It's basically
Mhm.
it's basically to eat whatever I want. You just gotta balance it out, you know? It's all
Wait,
about
so is it hard for you to gain weight?
it kind of is. Like every year I've noticed since my freshman year, I'm only allowed 5 pounds a year.
Allowed?
Yeah, I'm only allowed 5 pounds a year. It's been like from my freshman year of college, I was like weighing 120, and then I gained 5 pounds from the fall to the spring.
Were you trying to gain more?
Yeah, I ate everything in sight, but I guess I was still under eating.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, if you're trying to like gain weight, I mean, obviously you weren't like doing it for a certain reason. It was just for personal goals and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, if you're tracking it, in theory, you should be able to gain
Yeah.
more than 5 pounds.
See,
Yeah,
I know that's my problem too. I don't track what I eat.
Yeah.
I
yeah,
kind
that's
of
a big thing.
yeah. I'm just lazy about it.
Yeah,
And
I
I
don't
think
either.
like a lot of people are lazy about it. Yeah, see, Elizabeth knows. She has my back
Yeah.
on it. But like it's just so tedious. I think that's like the biggest thing for me.
Yeah.
It's so tedious to keep track of just like what you eat, and then it's just like it's a lot. It's not really, but it's just annoying.
Yeah, I think
I think-
that's why when
okay.
people are dieting strictly, when they're eating, they're gonna eat like the same exact meals every day so that they don't really have to track it anymore. Or like a meal planning, you could just make it and then track it once, and then you don't have to worry about eating anything else. It just makes it easier for them. It sucks though.
Mhm.
It's boring. It gets old, but it works.
I think I've seen the same Ruben. I think I've seen your same like meal prep for like
The noodles
some
The noodle-
rice,
and then
Noodles and turkey or
unseasoned
beef.
chicken.
the turkey, right?
Hey,
Got
that
it.
used to be back in the day. That's not anymore.
Sometimes you had 2 pieces of chicken. That's how I knew you were gonna have a good day when you just had like 2 instead of the 1.
Yeah, I used to just eat just the plain brown rice and like one piece of broccoli and like a chicken.
One piece of broccoli.
He tracked one piece of broccoli. I see on your stories sometimes that you just have just rice, right? If you're just trying
Yeah,
to,
sometimes if I'm like about to go to sleep, I like, oh man, I didn't hit my carbs today. I'll literally cook 3 cups of rice and then I'll just eat that. Just
What is
wait.
wrong with you? I mean, that's
Dude,
dedication,
it
but
works. It
Yeah.
works, man. You gotta hit your goals. You gotta hit your macro.
I don't
my
know.
worst one when I was bulking was I just had a sandwich, and inside the sandwich were 2 more pieces of bread, so it's literally just 4 pieces of bread stacked on top of each other. And that was, I needed to hit my carbs, so I didn't have rice at the time. You gotta do what you gotta do if you're trying to hit your macros. As bad as
True.
it sounds.
Oh, wait, we have a question in the chat from Judge Judy. What are your opinions on recomposition versus bulking or cutting cycles? Or anyone, I guess. So, recomp versus bulking and cutting.
What does recomp mean in this?
Yeah, I was like, what?
Ruben, could you explain what recomp is?
Oh, okay. Recomp means you are losing fat and gaining muscle, but you're staying the same weight.
Oh, okay,
I
okay.
feel like I'm constantly in that.
Yeah.
Must be
So
nice.
that's like,
Hey,
So, like, yeah, you know when you're
During the
cutting, you
conference,
have to lose a lot of weight, but this is just like you're losing that fat, but you're staying the same weight, and that's just turning to muscle.
okay, so what
Yeah.
was the question again?
just
So,
opinions on it.
what are your opinions on it? Like, what do
Um,
you do personally?
For recomp, it works, and it's really good, but I think it's a lot harder. It comes down to like what you learned first or what you've tried, and I think it's just personal preference. Cause
Mm-hmm.
I personally like bulking and cutting a lot more. Like, I feel like you see the changes and differences like a lot more clearly. And I feel like it's just like you're sticking to one goal during a certain period of time. So when you're bulking, you have like the specific goal of gaining weight and gaining muscle, and then the opposite when you're cutting. But recomp, it's
Mhm.
like, and also I can't really say much about it because I've never done it before. But I just feel like it's a lot harder, personally. I don't know. Have you guys ever tried recomp?
I think
knowing
I'm in a
these?
constant state of recomp, so I don't know. It definitely does feel nice, just like when you're going to the gym and then you just like hit numbers. There's just like, oh shit, I hit like 5 to 10 more pounds than I usually did, and I haven't changed my diet at all. I've just been eating worse, but the scale says I'm still the same. But I think like it's really hard if you're trying to. I feel like with recomp you'll gain it right away, but not as much if you, compared to if you were to like actually hard bulk and then cut.
Yeah, I think with recomp it's significantly slower, like as opposed to just like doing a bulk and a cut. Like that, you'll gain. Like that's the ideal situation where you're just staying the same weight, but you're getting more ripped, right? You're losing fat, but that price is that it takes forever
Yeah.
and it's a lot more work.
As for the people who like want to stay lean year round and don't
Mhm.
really like want to get fat or like get like bigger,
Yeah,
I feel like it's for people that want to do that.
yeah. See, I'm doing recomp right now, and it's. I mean, it's fine. I just like bulking though, because I like to eat a lot of
Yeah,
food.
bulking is the best.
Like, I just finished a whole bag of Cheetos right before this meeting.
The real question is, what type of Cheetos? Did you get the Flamin' Hots? Did you get the
Cheetos
Puff?
Puffs. Cheetos Puffs.
Smart man, smart man. Only
Those are-
second tier
what?
compared to Flamin' Cheetos, but it's okay.
I can't do flaming Cheetos, man. I can't do
What is
spicy.
wrong? What is wrong with you?
Wow.
That's not the topic
I
at
can't.
hand.
Oh.
That's not the topic at
That's true.
hand.
That's true.
You guys are trash. So wait,
Okay, hold on.
has your diet changed when you're doing like a recon versus just like bulking and cutting? How's it like different with that?
With recomp, you have to eat a good amount more protein. And then you have to take away from your carbs or your fats, whatever your preference is. Unfortunately, I like my fats, so I took away from my carbs. So so normally when you're doing like whenever I recommend like dieting stuff or like macros, I tell people just do 1 gram of protein per body weight,
Body
per
weight.
pound of body weight. But with recomp, you have to do like I'm doing like 1.3, 1.4, 1.5 even.
Yeah.
So it's a lot more protein per pound of body weight as opposed to just normal dieting.
We got a couple more questions actually that we missed.
Oh,
Okay.
Abe Goes Ham asks, what do you consider clean? We kind of answered this earlier, actually, right?
Oh, wait, I can answer this.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Liz.
When I think of the word clean, I think of whole foods. And do you guys know what whole foods are?
What are whole
Like-
Whole
foods?
food.
Like whole food.
What
As,
a jewel.
not like the grocery store, but more like
You know, Target sometimes.
like
Jewel.
like actual vegetables, actual fruits, actual meats, and not like processed.
Not the plastic ones.
Yes. So like for
That's big
example, if
ones.
you're eating your veggies, it's more like okay, like having a variety of colors in your diet and actually eating the fresh veggies and fruits and not just like the processed ones or the ones that claim that there is some sort of veggies in here. That's why I think of
Organic.
eating clean. I don't think not organic, but I don't think necessarily eating clean meaning that you're not going to eat your chips and your soda and your junk food and all that. I don't think that necessarily means that you're not eating clean, but I think there is a limit onto how much you should eat. Like right now, because I'm trying to lose some fat, like I am not allowed to eat a whole bag of chips, but am I still eating chips? Yes, but if I usually eat a whole bag, maybe I'm going to eat less than half a bag. And I think that incorporates still the eating clean, eating your daily fruits and veggies and your whole foods and your proteins while being able to enjoy other things you like, but in moderation.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think moderation is like the biggest key there. It's just
Yeah.
like eat whatever you want for sure. Just make sure that you work out or you just do some kind of physical activity to balance it out. I think that's what it is. Or if the lack of just like physical equipment, just like balance it out with just not eating
As much, yeah.
as much.
Someone else
Couple more
asking.
questions.
Yeah, go ahead.
We have, do you guys use macro tracker apps? Yeah, I think we talked about this earlier. Yeah, we use, for the most part, the biggest one I know of is MyFitnessPal. I don't think you guys know any other ones.
Yeah, no, that I was gonna ask that too. Like,
I don't know of any other ones.
Is
don't.
is that MyFitnessTracker app just like solely to like Apple, or is it just like a general?
No, it's everything. Yeah, you can even do it on like just on your browser.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
I think
Yeah,
it's just
I
the
think
most,
it's a.
like,
Go ahead.
What?
What?
I think it's the most like user friendly. It's really easy to navigate, and so that's
Yeah.
why people use
Pretty
that one.
easy.
You just set your
Anthony
goals.
asked. Anthony asked, "Do you want to be my fitness pal?" Yes, Anthony, I do. I do want to be your fitness.
We all do.
I don't know. Stranger danger. I don't know.
You can be pals.
Yeah,
can
you
be
can add
friends
each
on
other
there?
on MyFitnessPal. Yeah.
See, I'm very
Hmm.
new to MyFitnessPal, but I
You have
think
friends
it's a
on
great way to
MyFitnessPal?
track.
I didn't actually know.
I didn't know that.
Oh,
No,
so
I think you
yeah?
can though.
That's
Yeah.
kind of cool. I'm not gonna do it, but that's kind of cool.
Sohail is asking, Cud, can you state the ingredients of that sandwich? I missed it. Yeah, I took 2 pieces of Sara Lee bread, precisely 14
Ooh.
grams of carbs apiece, and
Ooh.
my filling was 2 more pieces of Sara Lee bread, and that was it. That was the sandwich. That's all of it. Any more questions? Has quarantine affected you guys' diet at all? John D'Amano asks.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Next question.
I
Yeah.
don't think that it's actually affected my diet because I feel like I'm eating the same amount that I would. It's just that I'm not going to the gym or I'm not having enough physical activity
Yeah,
to burn off what I'm eating.
that's true.
I think that's like my case. I don't know what it's like for you guys because I know like the food just is all around. You have nothing else to do. You're either working, you're just chilling at home, or you're eating, or you're sleeping.
At first,
I am snacking a lot. Oops, sorry.
no, you're good.
Snacking.
Yeah, I like.
Yeah.
I generally don't really eat out a lot, but since quarantine, it's been cut down even more. But like, I have a lot of snacks at home. Okay, like I like love snacks, and I can't help but find myself walking to the kitchen, grabbing some snacks, coming back, finishing it, and walking back right back into the kitchen. So I've been eating a lot of snacks, but as for that, I don't think my diet has changed. Maybe a little healthier, because you know when you're at home and like you have nothing to eat, so might as well just make something. You know what I'm saying?
I
Yeah.
do,
No, I used to Uber Eat something.
but at the same time, it's
Oh,
just like there's just more bomb food, and it's just like the food is gonna be fat. It's just like the home cooked meals are always just stacked to the top, and then you have snacks on top. It's just a lot of food.
That's true. Honestly, over here with me and Carl, uh, home cooked meals are way healthier because I mean we don't really know how to make much. I mean it's like standard like chicken. We buy like pre-made sauces sometimes, some ground turkey compared to like ordering out, which is Wingstop. I mean there's so many unhealthy things out there. So yeah.
For me, I just feel like because I haven't been working out exactly. It's like I'm not motivated to eat as healthy, so I'm kind of been just like ordering things. Like McDonald's is so close to me, I just kind of order all
God,
the time.
that's such a
Yeah,
trap.
it's pretty
That's a
close to
terrible
us, too.
trap.
It is.
It's so bad.
This is a good time actually. Carl's asking, how do I stop eating so many snacks? Donuts, cookies, waffles, cereal, pizza rolls, etc.
See, I don't know how waffles can be considered as a snack.
It's like
I eat waffles as a snack.
How
it's
do you
like
eat
any time of the day type thing.
Yeah,
Kind of-
I
Yeah.
I think replacing those with healthier alternatives as a first good step. So like healthy popcorn or healthy chips. There are like veggie straws or something is a good start. Just to like feed that craving of wanting to eat something, and then slowly wean off of that as time goes on is a big way to overcome snacking.
Yeah, it's definitely not easy. Definitely not
It's,
easy.
yeah, it's not easy.
You gotta take baby steps.
I think
Mhm.
like sometimes you just gotta think about just like I don't need to eat. I'm just really bored and I really want to do something, so I'm just gonna eat. So it's just like understanding if you're hungry or if you're bored, you know. And
Yeah.
then
I
like
think another. Oh, keep going.
oh, and I'm just like oh, if you're broke, it's just like hey, I don't have enough money to buy more snacks. But yeah, go
That's
I
ahead.
don't know if you guys grocery shop, but if you guys are the actual person that grocery shops in your house, don't buy the snacks. Like there was a time during quarantine where my mom and I like did not leave the house. And because we didn't leave the house, I couldn't buy snacks. So I didn't have any snacks at home. So even if I was craving snacks, I couldn't eat it because it wasn't at home. So I think if you are the person that actually grocery shops, then don't buy it. Just don't get it. And then when you crave it, it wouldn't be at your house for you to even try eating it. And I mean, my
Mhm.
brother does it too, and he's on a diet. He like gets rid of all his snacks so that when he's craving it, he just can't get it.
That's next level.
That's a good
thought
one.
right there. Just don't get it.
Yeah.
I,
That's
I love me my snacks, so I can't
real
really
simple.
can't do it.
Anthony Glass is asking, do any of you guys meal prep? If so, what do you do to add variety throughout the week?
Ooh.
I don't meal prep at the moment.
Yeah, but
I
you
meal
meal prep during your competition, right?
Yeah,
you
I
did.
did. I did do that.
Yeah, so like what did you do for your competition, or like did you constantly have baked chicken and rice?
I constantly ate the same for a period of like 8 weeks. It was literally tuna, spinach, egg whites, chicken,
Oh,
and brown rice. I would trick myself by changing which meal I ate for which time of the day. That was my variety. Threw in some sugar-free Jello packets and chug water after to make it seem like you're eating more. And yeah, but that's for like super strict. You're just trying to like lose weight at that point. What about you guys?
That sounds so depressing.
It was pretty
That sounds
bad.
awful.
It affected my mood a lot. I was felt like a different person. Would not recommend. But yeah.
I just see Elizabeth just shaking her head in the corner.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
For my meal preps, I try to vary it every week. I usually always keep it pasta and rice for the main like carbs for my meals. But then for the meat, I do like sometimes for dinner I'll do salmon or I'll do chicken, and for lunch I'll do either ground turkey or ground beef, and then switch around which vegetables I eat. So sometimes it's asparagus, throw in some spinach and kale. Maybe I get a different fruit that I eat throughout the week. Like this week I tried to eat. I don't even think I ate it. I think I ate oranges. I was supposed to eat some oranges, but I did not do a good job with that. Last week was bananas. So I just try to mix up like the fruits and veggies every week.
Huh.
Yeah.
Where was this before? Because all I remember you eating was just rice.
No, I'm a new man, dude. I'm a new man. I don't know if you noticed. I've been eating like actual vegetables once in a while.
Oh my
Crazy.
god.
Yeah. We try to throw in some vegetables.
New haircut, new man. I don't know who you are anymore.
That's not to say that I don't eat my fast food still. I just throw in more of the healthier things.
So when you meal prep, is that for like a few days or is that for like a week?
That's for the week.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's actually no, it's like for 4 or 5 days, and then weekends I just kind of kind of go with the flow, see what happens.
Go with the flow, yeah.
So
See,
is it even, because I've never meal prepped before, so it's just like, how do you, are you not hungry after the meals, or are you just like, oh, I know that, hey, if I was a meal prep, I know that I would always just fill my food to the top.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just
See,
like,
that's why I have snacks, like healthy snacks though. That's the difference. Like I have like peanuts or like peanut butter, and like fruits can be my snack as opposed to doing like chips and like cookies, you know? That'll be the alternative, just to fill my stomach.
Another question here, actually.
another question.
Someone's asking what our favorite cereals are.
Oh, that's hard.
I like Special K strawberry.
Oh,
Other
that's a
than
good
that,
one.
I don't really eat cereal
That's a good
Cinnamon
one.
because
Toast
there's a lot of
Crunch.
sugar in there.
Special Case. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's
Cinnamon
alright.
Toast Crunch, some Honey Nut Cheerios,
Oh, that's good.
and
I'm a big Fruit Loop guy.
Alright.
Not so much
Fruit Loops or
anymore,
Apple Jacks?
neither.
Apple
Fruit Loops,
Jacks.
not a fan. Never been a fan
Apple
of either.
Jacks.
Fruit Loop.
Neither. What if you were
Neither.
forced to pick one? You had to.
Apple Jacks.
I go with Fruity Loops because they're colorful.
Ew.
I like Apple Jacks. Favorite? It's probably Peanut Butter Crunch. Peanut Butter Captain Crunch.
Yeah, but you got
Yes,
the music on the the cookie one.
What cookie one?
The cookie crisp.
Oh, Cookie Crisp?
Ooh, guys, have you tried the Sour Patch Kids cereal? I have not tried that.
I
I've always
have.
wanted to.
That sounds like diabetes.
I've tried
How
it.
is it?
I must say,
Good?
Is it
I feel like
diabetes?
it's not meant to be a cereal. So
That's what I'm saying.
I tried it without milk first. It was bad. I was like, okay, this has to be good with milk. Tried it with milk. It was terrible. I did not like it at all. It was so bad.
Oh,
It
dude.
was so bad.
That's, un-
I don't know.
that's unfortunate.
Yeah. Tried it. We just never finished the box at all.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
Go for it.
For those who like eat chicken breasts a lot or like chicken while you're dieting, how do you season your chicken?
Haha.
Wait,
Why does your eyebrow just twitch?
Who's?
Rubens. Like, how do you
Reuben,
season your chicken? Because when I used a meal prep, oh God, maybe 4 years ago, my chicken got very, very, very boring, and I just didn't want to eat it anymore. So do you guys have any tricks as to how you cook your chicken or season your chicken in order for you to find it more appetizing?
Hold on. I initially didn't used to season my chicken.
Oh,
No, his was plain. His was
I just
very
ate it as it was, and I got roasted all the time. And then I bought this stuff.
Ooh.
oh.
That's pretty good. I usually do that with like chicken thighs. But I stopped doing chicken in general. I just switched to different forms of protein. But that's what I used to do. I used to just
You're
do plain
scarred.
chicken breast, maybe salt and pepper once in a while.
I just
So
use.
your hack is the adobo seasoning.
Yeah, that was my go-to for a little bit.
I use low-calorie sauces, like low-calorie barbecue sauce. I don't really care about the seasoning too much. I'm not really
Seasoning's
picky
the flavor.
either. I'm not that picky of it either. I'll kind of just eat whatever. But like low-calorie barbecue sauce or hot sauce. Hot sauce is usually low in carbs, stuff like that.
I'm learning so much here.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know, cause like when I think about like just like meal prepping like the chicken, it's just like, oh, these are more leftovers for tomorrow that I can use so I don't have to cook. But I don't know, I feel like the hot sauces would work, just being mindful of like the different seasoning. Yeah, I don't know. It's a good question. Fuck.
I was just wondering because one of my friends who did a cut, he ended up using chicken thighs because he hated chicken breasts, and he used Korean barbecue sauce as a hack, and that's what he
Ooh.
marinated with. And homeboy got super lean, so I was wondering if you guys knew any like tips or any secrets because I had no idea. And so I used to do it to
Yeah.
Ked's food, add Korean barbecue sauce to it whenever we make his chicken.
Yeah, chicken breasts are usually a lot more drier and like not as flavorful. That's why I usually go with thighs because they're more fat, but it has more flavor. That's the trade-off. And I don't really care about the fat so much as the flavor sometimes.
Me
So
too.
that's why I went with thighs for the most part. Or you could like marinate it. There's a lot of good marinades. You could just literally just throw it in a Tupperware or a plastic bag, like let it soak in a marinade overnight, bake it. Which I don't do, but and I know it exists.
Okay, so with this whole quarantine thing happening, Ruben, I know that you had like a couple of competitions lined up for it, right?
Yeah.
You had the bodybuilding, or was it the strength building, or was it both?
So I had both. So so it was set to be, what day? What was it? April? It was March for the powerlifting, June for the bodybuilding, but those have gotten pushed back. So that's why I'm a big recomp kind of guy right now, because I don't want to get big and like get really strong, but at the same time now I have to work after that competition to get shredded, you know? So I want to do both at the same time. I don't have to worry so much about it later. So that's why I was kind of just worrying about just kind of gaining slowly, but making sure I stay lean.
So,
But whereas most of the time I wouldn't even care.
so what's your diet like? Because you're balancing between both, and you're not really just focused on one.
So with what I do is, I mean, just like a normal diet, just making sure I watch my calories. I'm eating a little bit over maintenance because with recomp you want to kind of linger around that maintenance calories area. So I'm doing like my maintenance that I've noticed is 2,800 calories a day. So I'm eating around 3,000 a day. When I was bulking before, I used to do 4,000 to 5,000 calories a day.
It's high metabolism right there.
Alright. 4,000 just sounds like a high number.
Yeah, if I ate that much, I would get so fat, like so fast.
So, how do you think people can stay like to their diets during quarantine, or just like, because we may be in this for like another month. I know for like Illinois they said that we're supposed to be out by the end of May, I guess.
I don't think
But
that's
just
happening.
like, what do you guys think that people can do to just like keep themselves accountable? Go ahead, Liz.
Like I've been seeing on Instagram and Snapchat, a lot of people have been picking up hobbies, and that may be cooking, baking, God knows what. And I think because they're in quarantine, they have nothing to do at home. It's the perfect opportunity to like, I don't know, cook your meals, plan your meals. Like you can make a bunch of random healthy stuff. I think it's just a perfect opportunity for people to try it out since they're at home. Yeah.
I think that'd be kind of hard if like some of the younger people are living at home, and then it's just like if they're cooking, they have to cook for the whole family, and you know they're about to get judged if it's cooked wrong.
That is true.
That is true.
But I
Well,
like
they
Yeah.
better cook their own meals.
facts. Ruben, what do you think? What you got any tips for these people just like staying at home and just eating whatever? I know we already covered it, but you got anything else?
Two things is think of a plan, like write it out, and actually three things. Sorry, think of a plan. Make sure that your steps to get through that plan are small, so they're not super crazy. Because then, if it's super crazy, you're not likely to do it, right? You're likely to just fall off real quick. So make sure that you're gradually building yourself up to it. And the third thing is having people to be accountable with. That's gonna be a big one. Like, hey, bro, did you like eat your like what you had to do today, or did you like follow your diet? That's a big one because if you know that you're being accountable with someone else, and they're on top of their game, and you're not. You're gonna feel like shit, and you're gonna have to do it.
Yeah, it's tough. Like I think it's just discipline mainly. Like if you want it bad enough. I mean, I just don't right now. Like my motivation is pretty low to this quarantine. Like I don't really have a very strict diet. I have Jollibee sitting out there in the kitchen for me for after this. And we do buy a lot of snacks. But I think it's just discipline, and I think having someone to stay accountable with is actually a really good way to lose weight or have a cleaner diet.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to agree with Kat on that one. I think like the snacks are gonna be there. If you're living at home with your parents, the snacks are gonna be there. Like
Yeah.
if you eat them or you don't, every time you go to the kitchen, they're gonna be there. It's just like how how bad do you really want it, and it just like comes down to you. It's just like if you really do want it, you're gonna have to resist that Twinkie.
That's right. If you're living with Carl, the snacks are gonna be there. The snacks are gonna be there, guys.
But I think like I've always thought of it where it's just like it takes like 2 weeks to break a habit and like 3 weeks to build a new one. And if you've always just like during this quarantine time, it's been like a month and a half or something like that. So you've obviously built up the habit of like eating shit or just eating snacks. So it's just like if you take it one day at a time where you just like tell yourself, no, I don't need this. I don't need this snack right now. I want to look good for when we do get out the house. Then it'll like transfer over, and then it's just like, oh, I don't need to eat anymore. I'll play some more Animal Crossing or whatever.
Animal Crossing.
Yeah. Do we have any more questions or anything? I think we're wrapping up on time right now.
Yeah, let's take a look, see if anyone else asked any questions. Cheapest way to hit 4,000 calories?
Taco
Cheapest
Bell.
way.
Fast food, technically.
Yeah. Fast food, I guess, is the easy way out.
Or, yeah.
But if someone wants to hate themselves and get the 4,000 calories clean, how would you do it?
So
Go to an Asian supermarket, get a big bag of rice. That'll last you 3 years.
Potatoes are cheap. Potatoes. Pastas are cheap and high in carbs.
Pastas are really cheap,
Yeah.
yeah. Don't
Yeah,
get
just-
turkey. Turkey's expensive. I've been buying turkey.
Yeah, just calorie dense foods.
So I think like the biggest takeaway from this whole dieting is just like keeping track through like the MyFitness app, right? Is that what it's called?
MyFitnessPal.
So yeah, keep
MyFitnessPal.
keep track through that, and then like the big takeaway is calories in versus calorie out, and then it's just like understanding if you want to like lean out or if you want to bulk out, and that just depends on your calories, right? And then
Yeah.
the way you calculate your calories is your body weight times 14 to 16
Yeah, activity level.
activity level. But yeah, if no one else has anything to say, if we don't have any more questions, I think that we're good with this episode of dieting. Thank you for everyone that's joined us tonight. If you guys have any requests for topics, just hit us up through our Instagram. And if you enjoyed the video, please hit it with a like. It'll help us out a lot. And, just subscribe. It's cool. Whatever. But yeah,
Thanks, guys.
thanks for joining us tonight, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.